Shalom Akim. I want to say Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who we learned the truth from, and who rule well, and salutations unto you hopeful elect out there. Alright, we're coming back once again, another week. You know, every day we're living on prophecy, so if brothers have anything, bring it out.
This is the book of Zephaniah 3:1. It reads, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. Because we know we're being oppressed by Esau, and this place is polluted, right?
Yeah,
women, you know, what we eat, pretty much everything in this society is polluted.
Yeah, and it's crazy that it's like the more you're in this truth, you actually see more of that.
That's right.
And you know, like they say in the world, even you think you know, and you don't really know. And same applies to this truth. You think you know how deep it is. It gets deeper, man. Like you can't see the wickedness how the angels see it. You know, they have like so-called like infrared, so to speak. You know, like they can see that shit. We're just seeing things in the news, or now the Most High is actually putting things before brothers. You see certain wickedness, and you're just like, you know, as a judge, because we're judges, because we
just not one time, you know?
and that's why it says in the Wisdom of Solomon, it basically says I'm roughly paraphrasing, but it says to judge the earth, you got to have the law, basically. So, you know, the elect, they're the judges of the earth, man.
That's right.
Right? We're the stewards of the earth, and that's why, really, in the spirit, brothers get mad when they see animals mistreated. You know, when they see land all messed up, when we see all the wickedness. We of that, the ones that created this thing with Yahushua, this thing we call earth. You know, so to understand this wickedness, man, it weighs you down in the spirit itself. So that's why we tell you this place is filthy and polluted. And on top of that, you people actually look down upon us when we're telling you these things, and you're calling it normal life, and this is how it is. It's a grimy life, right? And you're actually swimming in that grime. You know, doing back strokes in that mud. You know, thinking it's damn pool water.
It's okay.
You know.
In the Lord Yahweh, she drew not near to her God power. Verse 3. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are even wolf. They go not the bones until the morrow. Verse 4. Her prophets are like the treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence. Esau, the right, change the laws, you know, change the times, right?
Yeah, they want to take a second off the minute or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All kinds of foolishness. Now they're saying, oh, we should get rid of daylight savings.
Yeah.
Who the hell gave you the authority to put that, man? You know, and to take it away. That's why it says you think it to change time. And that's why really, when people complain about, oh, you guys kept the Passover in February, or you guys kept it. First of all, this time, want to go back to the calendar, you can go. But when they changed it from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, which the Julian calendar was all messed up anyway, the Gregorian calendar messed things up even more. You know, you're listening to advice from a man that tells you the new day begins at 12:01 a.m.
That's right.
You know, and he tells you the new year begins in the dead of winter. So that's who you're listening to. You know. But
yeah, and these guys are still taking the days and the months seriously. You guys are calling on demons, yo.
Yep.
You're calling on gods, man. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's the same thing with the month. When you guys take you're doing it in February.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it. Nigga, you're talking about a month that goes back to the Greeks, man, or the Romans. These are all gods.
And
When
they
you're
actually
talking
went by
about,
the
my
sun.
Sabbath is Friday,
Yep.
nigga, you're talking about a god, man.
Yep.
Our high holy days fall in line with the new moon. So that means we're not going off. We can't be
Right.
going off because we're going by first day, second, third day. You know, somebody-
Yep.
Both those are two gods, man. Friday is a god, Saturday is a god. We're not even supposed to be mentioning those names, man.
And a lot of those ancient calendars, they actually were solstice-based calendars.
Khan,
They weren't even lunar-based calendars. Right?
Khan.
And you know, that's bugged out, man. I got a quick precept and then continue. This is Genesis 1:14, and the power said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven." And years, right? So certain things in the sun or the moon happen. Eclipses, that's a sign. That means something big is getting ready to happen, right? But then
So a sunset.
Khan,
Sunset
Yep.
means we're gonna begin a new day.
Khan,
Yeah.
Right? All those little things is something. The sunrise, right?
Let me get this quick.
You have a time where the sun is the highest in the sky. What does that mean? That means that it's noonday.
Khan.
When the sun is the highest in the sky, that means it's noonday, man.
That's right.
Right? When the sun is usually 4 or 5 those times.
You can tell time like that.
You can tell time like
In the
that.
scriptures it said about the third hour, about the 6th hour.
Khan. And the different watches.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have watches as well.
Let me get this quick. This is Isaiah 66 and 23. And it should come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, should be all the first come to worship before me, before say the Lord Yahweh. So
Yes. So like, go ahead.
so yeah, the new moon or the Sabbath is not every Friday, so it goes by the cycle of the moon.
Well, nobody the day, right? One day.
Yeah, Khan.
You know, or even, okay, let's not use that Latin word. You can use the Hebrew word. There was no account of that.
Khan.
There was no day that says this is the day. There's only days like this is the day of the Passover on the 14th day of the month.
That's
and how
it.
do you determine that? Is by the moon.
Khan.
That's
The
right.
moon has 4 cycles, 4 phases.
That's right.
You know?
Khan.
But that's why it says, "He that is ignorant, let him remain ignorant still." You know. Yeah. Finish.
Verse 5.
Hey, shalom to Dakim in the.
Lord every morning do he bring his judgment to light. He fail not, but there are just no shame. Verse 6. I have cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, the none pass by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man and there is none inhabitant. So that's gonna come into this place when this place gets destroyed, right? When the martial law,
Yeah.
right? That's gonna come to pass to this place, but people don't see that coming. People want this place to prosper and move forward.
They want to go back,
Exactly.
but they're not understanding we're in the new world order.
Exactly.
Like we're actually in the new world order, so there's not going back to the old world order, right? That was it.
Yeah, remember the elites? They said, "Let us never waste a good
Crisis. Yeah, it
good
was
crisis.
Winston Churchill. If you go to the law before the unjust, and not before the saints, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertaineth to this life? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. You know, that was the point. Because of the new moon, I was so happy because anyone could do it.
Yeah.
Like it's not, oh, let me call the elder to let's see, we gotta verify with Elder Rakah. We gotta verify with Elder Apostle Arimlab.
Yeah.
We don't have to verify with nobody, man. We all can check the Sabbaths ourselves, man.
Right.
It's right there. So
And
if we all pass away,
Yep.
one brother who's still alive is gonna be able to know.
Tell us to try it and go and read it for yourself. 1 John 4:1, try the spirits.
Con.
So they told us these things, and then they said, look, you can go research it yourself.
Yourself.
So that's what we did. Took notes, and we said, oh, this is correct. So we're gonna keep drinking from the vessel, man.
Con.
From, you know, the cistern.
Con.
You know?
It's milk, you know?
Con.
I'm part of the milk.
Yeah, a lot of guys get messed up, man. How many times people on the highways came up and get bugged out and say, well, what do you mean Friday, Saturdays, and the Sabbath?
Yeah.
And then there's a whole thing that happens. And then the person, people, it clicked in their minds because the angel has to work with you. You know, it's a mystery.
Correct.
This thing is a mystery. You know,
It's a mystery, but it's plain, you know?
beautiful.
This is Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven say, come, people. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Right?
Yeah. So all the shit that you go back to with the pilgrims coming and them bringing over slaves and all those atrocities that Esau has certain monuments for, and certain times he brings it out in different documentaries, or certain Edomites write a book about it, and the injustices, all those things the Most High remembers, man. You know, and every, the whole crack epidemic, that was created by Esau. That's the thing the Most High remembers, man. That wasn't the thing that Jake just got into. And let me be curious about this. That was the thing that was literally injected into Jake, man. Into Jake's neighborhood, man. Right? So the Most High remembers all these things, you know.
Because you had to be a scientist to know how to cook the crack.
Con.
Right? That Jake never just said, yo, baking soda. Oh,
Yeah.
cook it for this long. Thought of that. That's a scientist, man. That's something a scientist had to come up with.
Boy, genius.
Yep.
And that's why in that movie, Get Rich or Die Trying, the dude was showing them with 50 Cent. He was showing them how to make the crack, and then dumped the powder, and they're like, "What the fuck you doing with the coke?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Con. He's like, don't worry, just watch.
Yeah, man. So all these things, man. The Most High is a man of the past, really. He doesn't take accountability. That's something that a woman does. Oh, you bring up stuff from the past,
Yeah.
the old shit. Well, first of all, you're still doing shit, but yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to pay off, man. Pay the tab off. You know, that was it, brother.
That was it.
Let me get this. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
Referring to modern day Egypt, which is America, right? Because again, like the brother said, it's plain, but it's a mystery. like that's how poetic the Most High is. It's like a plain mystery. It's deep, but it's shallow at the same time. You know, it's a masterpiece. You know, what else can you say? Because it's right there. You know, it's in your hotel. You know, your drawer, the Bible's the supremacy of the land. You swear
Yeah.
on it in court. It's all over the place, man. But it's not understood. You know, and it's interpreted. Lights that we're 12 tribes, but then they start branching off. Oh, the chip and the Edomites can make it, and they start going off, man.
Old
You know?
Testament
Mhm.
Israelites.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
Those are the
but
worst
a
things.
lot of brothers forget that this book was actually meant to be a stumbling block.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, Yahushua is the main stumbling block too.
Khan,
He was actually the stumbling block,
exactly.
right? The rock
The
of
savior.
offense.
Yeah, exactly. Khan,
Yeah, because when he came, he offended a lot of people, man.
Khan.
Right? Go ahead.
And verse 2, Isaiah 19, verse 2 says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yeah, you're seeing that right now, right? Edomites protesting against Edomites,
Mhm.
right? Edomites siding with Jakes in the spirit to try to relieve their punishment, and protesting against rich top so-called aristocrats.
Seek to please the poor.
Khan, you know, Edomites talking about, oh, you're racist and you can't do this, and
Mhm.
whatever mindset they're in. These are Edomites versus Edomites. You only had so little of that in when America was coming up. Like, for example, people want to be that word out. We always bring it out. For you brothers, go look it up. Go look up the etymology of emancipate.
Mhm.
Right? So they paint the North as liberating, but all they did was contributed to making the prison system for Jake. After so-called slavery, they had a thing called convict leasing, right? So if you're arrested for any crime such as reading, voting, you know, standing on the corner, so-called loitering,
Mhm.
you go to jail, and then they use your ass for and you're so-called, but without walls, man, without chains. And it's the worst kind of slavery because you're living an illusion, actually. You know, you had Edomites form unions, say keep these niggas out because they're a bunch of welders, they're carpenters, they learn a bunch of trades and they're very good at it,
Mhm.
and they kept you out. And go today to the union, see how much Jakes are there, man.
Mhm.
You might see a sprinkle of Gadites and a sprinkle of Benjamites, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Kept Jake out of certain neighborhoods.
You know, con, there you go, suburbs.
Mhm.
You know, so there's a lot, man.
And he comes in, destroy, like tear down the building, build a new building, and people cannot afford it, so
Raise
people
their
have to like go somewhere else, right?
And they like to say some units are used for housing. And
Yeah.
we want to include, you know, it's gentrify, right?
Mhm.
And that's another
right.
good word to look up, gentrify. We always bring that word out too, but do your due diligence and look it up on Edom online. Gentrification, you know. Go ahead.
God, it says, and they shall fight every
These-
Yeah.
Right, so that's the
That's
beginning,
not
man.
right.
That was
Yeah.
really a sign. That's like, you know,
Yeah.
if brother seen that video where the man and his wife were arguing with another man, and the guy just came and blew their brains out, right? Just shot them.
And that looks like the curses, because
Yes,
that's
yes.
what Jake do to Jake,
Con.
Yeah.
right? That's that.
That's not an Edomite thing.
That's not an Edomite thing. That's beautiful,
That's
man.
right. It's a good point.
It says, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. Verse 3. The spirit and the spirit, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail.
Oh, Canada, that proud ass spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Leafs.
Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to do their Super Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do they show in the halftime, right? Because they always show the
They
different
always do some
commercials.
Yeah, con.
Shit.
Luminaries and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yo.
Yeah, and this spirit is the spirit of America is gone. Really, I remember the few months back.
Yeah.
Getting a COVID, right?
Yeah.
The spirit of
Yeah.
the West is mirth.
Yeah,
There is no mirth.
yeah, con.
It's carelessness. There is no carelessness. People are not being as careless as they used to be, man.
People are actually using more substance abuse.
Jeez.
People are using goddamn OnlyFans. People are just drained, man. People are, they want that short dopamine rush,
Yeah,
and that long term, you're really depressed.
that's right.
So you're just trying to, hang on, man, but you can't. This place is done, man. We've been
Place
telling you, right? That was it. There's more than that, actually, right?
And if I could say also, like when you see like even like the top like the politicians in, like Esau's kingdom, like they actually like they argue like with each other more now than before.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like as in they actually as in like, they try to blame like Trump or like if in Canada they say that Trudeau didn't do enough to prevent the COVID.
Yeah.
As you can see, like even like amongst themselves, they're actually like arguing, and actually it's like they're trying to go at each other's necks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the thing is, what they say about Trudeau is that he's not producing enough.
Right.
Whatever, man.
Must be driving a TTC.
It says, and they will destroy, and verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and they will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers,
And that's like we're in that time now. Everybody, man. All these women, there's a bunch of people that they go to charmers, palm readers, whatever it is, man.
Yeah.
And you're finding again short-term success because there is
Mm-hmm.
for a while, and then you're done, man.
You're done.
Finished. You're out of there. Because you're very expendable. Satan has his uses, and then you're done. You had your little run. Sometimes guys don't even have a run. They just try to get a run. They get taken
Calm.
out. So same thing with this place, man.
Yeah, because one of the spirits of America is what? Do as thou wilt. Right? That YOLO.
Right.
You can't YOLO right now.
Yeah.
It's hard to fucking YOLO right now. You might YOLO and catch a $1,500 charge. It comes as pleasing, man.
it says, they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let.
Yeah, back then that was the Roman Empire. That's and this is all this is just that last leg, that last branch of the Roman Empire we're living in. America, the new Rome, or they try to make comparisons, and it's very persuasive, even to critics, because they just break it down from the architecture to your law system to your language, just to your fashion, to everything, to a lot of things. It's basically the revival of the Roman Empire, and how things are done here is basically how they were done over 2,000 years ago in Rome.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yeah, so the Roman Empire had to fall to men like Septimius Severus, and then other men like Constantine, and Jakes got up in there, but they were a bunch of niggas anyway, and they weren't following the law. So we didn't know back then fully that those are the Edomites, so to speak, the devils, man.
That's right.
Look at it, Esau Edom is one of those things that is not even really touched among biblical scholars. Only to say that they were destroyed during the Roman Jewish wars. They're finished. They're gone. The Edomites are Petra. They're in Petra somewhere. They're Arabians, right? And we got you cornered because we're asking these deep questions. Hold on, if Esau doesn't matter, how come he's spoken about so profusely in the scriptures? Even in the Zondervan, it says he's a
He's the only neighbor of the Israelites that wasn't promised any mercy from
place of
God.
repentance.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders,
Lying wonders, man. So Esau's technology, people, especially Jake's, man, because you're the needy. So anything that Esau gives you, you'll take it, even if it's bad for you. So all these great technologies, we're telling you this man's a devil. So now you're starting to see it, man, that this man is a devil. But it said lying wonders. A wonder is something you look at and like they tell you there's 7 great wonders in the earth.
Yeah.
You have to go visit. So same thing with this man, he has this technology.
Yeah.
This is a wonder right here. You have a full computer, which 10 years ago you needed about a computer that was this big.
Yeah.
To produce
Big tower.
something, that you have in your hand.
Yeah.
So that's a wonder. That is a wonder right there. 5G, that's another wonder for you.
Yeah,
but it's a lying wonder.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you brothers drive, man. Like you see more towers. I see more towers on the highways now.
Yeah, they're putting on more.
Yeah.
Shit that you don't see from a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonder.
Yeah, like you always say, they actually speak to the spirit. They actually summon the spirit.
Yeah, kind.
And they speak to him. So that's the power right
That perish.
So this man, he's now telling you about pansexualism. That's the right way, right? But that's a lying. What did it say? Lying. Without deceivableness.
Yeah, it says even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Lying wonders. Go ahead.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish.
Yeah. So all deceivableness. Yeah, like that Tinder account. Commercial where it was Satan. She's a that show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah, even on porn sites, you'll see like a demon having sex with the woman.
Yep.
So the weirdest shit, yo.
Weird shit.
Con.
They'll have like a pop up or something,
Yeah.
and then they'll have like the demon that looks like a woman,
Yeah.
but they don't have a penis. Like just the weirdest shit, man. Like this world is off, man. Says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they were.
So what keeps you from deceivableness and unrighteousness and wickedness is this law.
The law.
That's the only way. I don't care about some hormone oxytocin that makes you feel good. That's people want to call that love.
Yeah.
Love is the law. That's firm.
That's right.
You can feel love with a dog. You have a dog, you're petting it, you feel that emotion, or a woman, you're with a woman. That's all fickle, man. That's not life.
No.
And really, that's not love. They have a thing called tough love.
Yeah.
They found out that a lot of that was Luciferianism, man. A lot of those people, like the Jim Jones, they promoted love, and then what ended up happening, man? That shit is all bullshit, man. Because you people who are in those cults are like zombies, man. You're like a damn zombie.
That's right.
And when I say cult, I mean in a negative sense, because you don't even do research, man. You don't even understand what you believe in. You believe in the man, whichever man that is. Wasn't they drank the Kool-Aid?
What to Guyana,
Was it? Yeah, I think it was in Guyana. Yeah, you're following a man. He's a nobody, man. That was the point.
Oh, sure. This is Matthew 24. I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect."
That's right.
That was the point.
Yeah, if I can add to it, you have right now the TV show, the guy, what's his name, the ballhead, with big teeth.
Yeah, Steve Harvey.
Yeah, so he's pushing that Muslim philosophy.
Okay.
If you want to read them, and you right? So everyone is pushing that one word religion and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Since you mentioned that, there was another guy I remember a year ago, Morgan Freeman. He had a series. I didn't watch it, but he's like, I go to the different places of the world and explore the religions, and
Yeah.
talks about Islam, Judaism, and yeah, it's all the same spirit.
Exactly.
It's all the same spirit because even and that all goes back to really Catholicism.
That's right.
That's
This
right.
all goes back to because remember, Catholic means universal, right? Or turn into one. So, popes exactly like, oh, we need to join and become one, and you know, we need a universal code, so to speak, and moral code and all this stuff, and you know, on for a child especially, of course, if he doesn't know better, it sounds good, right? And that's what you learn in school, Rainbow Coalition and holding hands and everybody one and one love and all that shit, and it sounds good, but that's how crazy that doctrine is of Luciferianism. It goes, they push it right there, man.
So I got this for you. This is from a top Mason. He's a 33-degree Mason. He realizes with the divine illumination of his lodge that as Mason, his religion must be universal. Christ, Buddha, or Muhammad, the name means little, for he recognizes only the light and not the bearer. He worships at every shrine, bows before every altar, whether in temple, mosque, cathedral, realize are heathens who have great ideals, do not live up to them. They know that all religions are but one story told in diverse ways for people whose ideals differ, but whose great purpose is in harmony with Masonic ideals. North, east, south, west stretch the diversities of human thought, and while the ideals of man apparently differ, when all is said and the crystallization of form with its false concept is swept away, one basic truth remains. All existent things are temple builders laboring for a single end. No true Mason can be narrow, for his lodge is the divine expression of all broadness. There is no place for little mind in a great work. And their great work is what? The New World Order.
That's right.
Right? That's their work. So just like you brothers just brought out, religion means nothing to them. They can be anything they want.
Anything they want.
So that guy Steve Harvey can say he believes in them, because if you understand every single religion is Masonic. No matter what it is, it's Masonic, right? Because every religion comes from what? Comes from us. Comes from the truth, right?
I like quick percent. This
Yeah,
is
the lies come from the truth.
The lies come from the truth.
Can't be the other way around.
Exactly.
That's right. This is the book of Proverbs 15 and 26. It reads, the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord. Which is thoughts, or whatever he says, his philosophies, you want to go and believe what he says. Right? But
Stop knocking, man.
But we're here telling you that you should listen,
What are you knocking?
learn,
at?
but you don't want to.
Right here.
Right? Verse 28. The heart of the righteous study to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pour out evil things. So that's what Esau does. Or everything that comes out of his mouth is evil things. Right? Yeah, those points. (15 and 26). The thoughts of the wicked are abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but the words of the pure are pleasant words.
Somebody get Genesis 10.
Yeah, just 10 or 11.
Slakia, 11.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, Khan.
So these words that come out of this book, they're pleasant.
Yep.
They're pleasant to us. But to you people, it's like, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to listen to that because that's too harsh.
So we talk about feminism, and the majority of the time it's a man that comes up and defends a damn woman.
That's right.
Because he's too bugged out, man. It's not pleasant to him. Because
It's
he's
not.
a demon. Because it's a mirror. All this is a mirror, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? People come up and you see your sober, ugly ass, man, because you're probably doped up anyway. But that light shines and you see yourself, you're like, God damn, this is too bright.
Piece
No?
of shit. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. You can't hide.
Con, this is verse 1. Of 1, verse 2. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, and they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth.
So in their mind, for whatever reason, either they didn't know or I don't know what reason, to be honest, because we don't know that deep. But they said, look, we're not going to fall into that subjection again of being flooded, even though the Most High said, I'm not going to flood the earth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
People are stupid, man, just rebellious. Man.
Which is the same thing they're doing right now.
Exactly.
Esau planned for droughts with the GMOs, with the genetically modified food. That's why we have genetically modified food, because Esau's planning. But he thinks he's gonna be good out there, or under the sea. With the under the sea cities,
Bunkers.
he has cities in mountains. Some beautiful mountains, cities. Esau turned his caves, like he has cave hotels and all of that type of stuff.
I've never seen that before. Yeah, in Spain they have them.
Con.
Cave hotel.
Quick precept.
And someone in the chat, they put up something Esau did with Tower of Babel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I posted it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the second one, because in the
Towers are there too,
I think
as well.
so. And in Europe, I forgot what country it is. They collected every single seed. They have every seed. Yeah, I forgot where it is.
Oh,
man.
they stored it.
They store every single seed in the world.
Netherlands? No.
I think it might be the Netherlands. One of them. Netherlands, Switzerland.
It's one of the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
Like
They have every
Denmark
single
around
seed.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a secure place.
This is Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Right? Because when you go into the heart of men, right? Men are always trying to outsmart the Most High, or we think that we can extend our life when our life is just a mere breath, man. Right? The Most High is just using us for his whatever. When you wake up in the morning, you're just doing the duty of the Most High. Even if it's to be a damn demon, man. That he gonna have been 2 demons, man.
That's right.
And the Most High took them out.
Precept. This is
Yeah, and that's a command too, because it's not easy to kill yourself. That's not a thing.
Yo.
The brain, that's the thing, you gotta,
Kind.
that's a spiritual thing. And there's different ways to kill yourself, but even with a gun, you can't really point the gun
And
you
then
think
pull.
it's so easy to just pull.
Holy. And then even when I see Jake do pictures like that, where they have, not even as a joke.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do that as a
It's
joke, man.
self-destructive,
That's weird, man.
You're self-destructive. Because that's the one thing Esau tells you, man. If you go to his classes, they say the number 1 rule is don't ever point it at anybody, even if it's unloaded, even if the safety's on. Never just fuck around with it.
Yeah, when you point it at somebody, that means action
That's
time,
a
yo.
sword. That's like you take out a sword. And
Con.
When you take the course, once you do that, what the elder just say, you fell right away.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Do a Now, when you see professional Edomites hold it, they always have it down.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have it like pointed at you. They're not doing that until they up it. When they up it now,
It's a different story.
it's a wrap.
Yep.
This is Psalm 64 and 7. It says, "But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue to flee." The Tower of Babel. You know, people are trying to outsmart the Most High. You know, but the Most High already sees that, man, and He's gonna let you fall into your own deceits. You know.
And that's the best way to watch somebody come to ruin, is where they fall by their own treachery, man.
Right.
There's nothing better than when someone is being treacherous, and then by their own treachery is how they fall, man.
Right.
And that's going to be you Edomites. You Edomites in the you're on doing everything, but you're the one who's going to be the damn slave, buddy.
You're doing half the battle for us.
Yeah, Khan.
You know, you're already getting everybody in that subjugated mindset.
Khan.
These heathens, even though they already have it anyways, but you know.
Khan. He's gathering all the gold and stuff like that.
Right.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Gathering all the silver. Thanks, man. It's going to make it easy for us.
Yeah.
The brother put up a so I'm going to say this. A few seconds away from midnight,
Mm-hmm.
which is destruction.
Yes, right.
And pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand. Verse 22, there is no darkness, no shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. See, so the Most High basically, you know, because these devils, they hide in secrecy, in councils
Yep.
of the scripture, you know, of darkness, man.
That's right.
You know, and you can talking about they're like vampires, man. You guys wear the shades and the damn dark ass clubs and shit. You're in that spirit of hiding, and that's what the scripture says in John. No man cometh to the light lest his deeds be reproved. You know, so this thing again, it shines the light and it shines it bright, and it shows your own shit. And a lot of you guys are proud. I've been on this earth for 40 years. What can you tell me, right? You think you have it figured out? So the Most High is coming to correct that, man.
Yeah. Let me get this. 8 and 50. It reads, "For many great miseries should be done to them that in the latter time should dwell the end, the world, because they have walked in great pride, and Esau have walked in great pride this whole time," right?
But piggybacking off of what the brother said too, like just keeping the arrow pointed at you, Jakes. You've been on this earth for all these years, and you still haven't learned that the number one, especially if you're a righteous man, fear the Most High, keep His commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're a man that's done a lot. If you've been rich, if you've slept with a lot of women, if you think that you've done everything, at the end of the day, none of that means anything, man.
That's right.
It really doesn't. And you talk to rich people, you talk to billionaires, and they'll tell you, like, at the end of the day, it's really like nothing, man.
Yeah, you get out of the way, and then it's just like it's basically vanity.
It's vanity.
It's vanity, you know. We have our and we but even when it's good, you get the things you so-called want or you think you want. It's all vanity.
It's all
Really
vanity.
all vanity.
Bullshit.
That's why it says in the scriptures, the necessities of life,
Mm-hmm.
water, fire,
Flour,
Flour,
salt, oil.
wine,
Salt.
wine. I believe it said wine in there too.
So
You know, so
yeah, grapes. You said the
Yeah,
blood of the grapes.
yep.
Yeah.
so it's just simple, man. A house, a family, a husbandry,
Simple.
you know, and that's it, man. Should make
Today,
yourself more depressed.
you're more depressed than
That's
anyone
why.
else.
And look what we're doing now. Now we're chasing trends, and they change it from trends to challenges.
Yep.
Every
That's right.
week is a new challenge.
Exactly.
Fuckery.
That-
Who can
that's
keep up?
That's why most of those Rastamon live in the hills. They just live off of
They're living,
the natural resources. What they
and their
got
women are
given to
beautiful. They have beautiful women
them.
with
And they're
them.
happy, man.
They're super. Of course, they're happy.
man.
Yo, those
They
women
don't
look
worry
good.
about they're not worrying about all this vanity world that we're in. Oh,
For
You
them.
don't try to please yourself. You try to please other people.
Mhm.
Impress them.
yeah.
The things that they don't have, money that you don't have. You
Exactly.
You're gonna go and
Go
kill
get
yourself. Oh, damn. You know what? How many hours I need to work to buy this fucking purse?
Yeah. Good.
Paraphrasing, there's a scripture that says, "Many run out their wits for women."
Yeah, and what the brother's saying is on point because Esau knows that. Remember, it says the children of this everything in this life. There's a scripture that says everything in this life is of the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. You can't fuck with Esau on advertisement. You can have a piece of shit and wrap it up and make it nice, look it nice, put a bonnet on it.
Make you
know?
go into it and look at
You
it.
know, it looks nice.
His words were smoother than butter.
That's right. Haven't you ever bought something and you actually
That's bullshit.
you got more enjoyment out of the presentation of it than the actual product?
Yeah.
Getting it, yeah.
You know, that happened to me before. I'm like,
Of course, it's garbage.
what just happened?
Brought up the scripture. Can I get this one? This is Psalm 64, verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret in the perfects. Suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commit privately. They
Just it's a crack epidemic. You know, that could be a whole damn show these Edomites can make about these men came together. They have that because didn't they have that with the Federal Reserve? They went to what was that island, Jekyll
Island,
Jekyll
1913.
and they conspired. That was a conspiracy.
They did it on
you know?
Christmas Eve
Mhm.
when nobody was there
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
passed the law.
You know, because people talk about conspiracy theory, and all conspiracy means is to conspire
That's it.
with one or two people basically or more.
and who's a secret counsel?
Well, they're being exposed.
Yeah, they're not really
They
showing
don't
themselves. They're being
The
exposed.
guys, the guys like I wish they never.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're not really showing themselves. They're just being exposed.
Yeah,
Bill
and they're
Gates has
talking.
to respond to
They're
shit.
talking
Hope
out
they go
on
away.
it, you know.
Exactly.
Hope those conspiracies go away.
Shit.
So it says, they search out the iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
That means they search out wickedness, man. They search
Yeah.
out sins.
Yo,
You know, like we can think of sins and do sins, but these devils they think
Like,
of
yeah. Search out all these things, man.
Yeah, how can we depopulate the people basically?
5G was one.
You know?
Yeah.
Because years ago they did the studies and Edomites came and said what 5G was doing to their neighborhood where they tested it and they put it up near schools and everything. They actually put 5G
They put it in the schools.
in a nice
Yeah.
white area. And all the white people said, nah, this can't stay in our neighborhood.
Mhm.
And look what we have now. So they did the studies. They know what it does to you.
They're saying,
So
Oh,
what's those wires called? They just had it in Bell. Bell had fiber.
Fiber.
Those wires. Fiber is really good.
It's more seeded.
And you know the thing
Yeah.
is, man, Esau comes out, oh, get Bell's newest, fastest hit.
Yeah.
You get that shit, and a month later, it's just slow.
It can.
But you know what? I know they can do it. They can slow it down because Apple got sued because they slowed down. I forgot what iPhone 6
Yeah.
or one of the old ones.
Yeah,
they basically
yeah.
slow it down. You're
They
like,
did.
this is a piece of shit. So clearly they can do that anywhere. If they can do that there, they can do that anywhere, man.
Yeah, sure.
Another thing they be doing too, right? You might have an old phone and you might have a good plan, like maybe 10 gigabyte plan.
Yeah, make
You're not going over it with the old phone.
Yeah,
You get the new phone now.
to
You
get
get
more.
they give you the same plan, and now you're going over the phone.
Yeah.
Over the data. You know what I
And you
mean?
pay more. You pay more for
Yeah.
money.
But,
You
you
pay
know,
more. I mean,
Because they want you using up all that 5G or whatever.
Yeah,
that
come on.
it'd be
LTE.
like that.
Yeah. But we don't. You know, like I remember when 3G was out.
3G was
Nothing
good,
was
yeah,
wrong with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Nothing's wrong with
But
it.
he,
No.
he fools you because it says, if a movie takes, I don't know, 10 minutes, you keep downloading in 1
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you hit it like shit. You know what? I want that
Yeah,
one.
can,
So you almost get you one way or another.
Yeah.
Can.
Right? Or like the brother was saying, the belt TV, now you don't have to plug it
They
in.
got a phone with
Right?
it.
You can do it wireless.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Okay.
So it seems that easy just come up all the time. It's just keep going every 24/7.
Sure.
In 6 months, the phone that you got right now, 6 months is old because you either come up with another phone
That's
better
right.
than this one,
Yeah, that's right.
right?
So let me finish this one. It says, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
A diligent search, man. Like the apostles always say, there's Edomites out there. They don't do anything but study and go deep.
Why is it in
They
Daniel?
don't deal with women, man. They just all their shit is just
In the spirit.
they just deal
Yeah.
with studies.
Yeah.
Man.
They have think tanks. They have that's not a regular person. That's a person that puts in studies for years.
So like if I could say with the stones in New Mexico in Paleo Hebrew, you have this Edomite reading it. So who told this Edomite to go there and read that stone Paleo Hebrew?
Khan.
He says the name Yahweh Yahushai.
Khan.
I like how?
Wow.
Right? So Isa
Well, they
goes,
watch our videos
Yeah,
too. They
That's
watch the
right.
apostles' videos, man.
that's
Wow,
right.
wow,
So
wow,
Isa
wow.
has money and then he sent up for Israel, like, one of those.
Khan.
Right?
And then, it says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves,
And that's what we're living in right now.
That's
So-called whistleblowers, people that can't take it.
baiting them up.
There was a guy last year, or maybe 2 years ago. He was a banker. He was a top banker, and he's like, "Look, I couldn't do it at a certain level because these people actually,
I do listen. Okay.
it's crazy. Because this is a top witches, man. Even in the court system, you have a thing called a summoning hearing, and you think about the word summoning. That's demons, principalities.
Yeah.
You know, so you know.
It says, all that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely trust. That was it.
Risha, it's Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world."
Yeah, now I know 100%, and we felt it at first by camp, Dundas Square. We always just said in the spirit that's probably witchcraft they're pushing, but 100% later on the Lord revealed let alone that.
Nathan Phillips Square.
And when they had different people play different music,
Mm-hmm.
you just seen the reaction of people, of different spirits, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Esau again, he studies this shit on a frequency, on a wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'll say we have certain energy or molecules or wave, whatever frequency, and if that affects you, because remember we're mostly water too, so that shit it changes, it can bug you out.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why they say on a full moon, the tides are more the basically makes people restless, and you know they tell you watch out on the full moon, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Esau can tap into that, and they even had that shit on November, I think, right? Illuminate
Mm-hmm.
every
Oh
year,
yeah, 24 hours, I think. So all night.
where they had the people.
Somebody can Google it. Just
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
Toronto Illuminate.
Yeah. I remember the first time they did it, man. We were prophesying. All of a sudden, they had the people on the thing, all in red. We had that video, remember, years ago.
And the vibration upset us,
Crazy.
yo.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like it pissed us off.
I still can't remember the music.
And the joke is, those kind of drum beats, you know, it goes back to Israelites, especially when we were like Vikings and stuff like that. That's the type of music we would play during those times, because we were into ritualistic killings and stuff like that. We would drink blood. Yeah, man, we were wicked, man. We're a bunch of wicked niggas, man.
And it's all left and right because David played the harp for Saul, and it healed him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a healing for right there. On the left today, man. You know. Just want to find a quick scripture.
Let me just finish this off back in.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, quickly. This is Daniel 3:5. It says that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kind of music, you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. So that was the thing that they did in the ancient world. They played different music and you know, summoned spirits and shit.
There's like a little article that had a video.
They don't explain it, right? What it is. Illuminate. Okay, go Barbara. You got something?
Yeah, I just want to finish back in Tower Babel. So Genesis chapter 11 verse 5 says, the Lord Yahweh came down to see the city in the tower which the children of men builded. Verse 6, and the Lord Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and from imagine. Verse 7 says, let us go down there and confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. It says, so the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they had left off to build a city. It says, therefore the Lord, the name of it is called Babel, because the Lord Yahweh did.
November 18th.
Yeah, I found.
Right in front of our eyes, man. And that's why the Most High had to come and confound our language, man. Because that New World Order plan is the same New World Order plan right now. Right? Bringing all nations together under one tongue. Right? We're here under that one tongue. That tongue that we're they want to join everybody under is the symbols, signs and symbols. That's why no matter where you go, they throw up the same symbols.
Yeah.
They might throw up the triangle. They might throw up the horns.
Yeah.
That's their language. They're speaking. Right? Whether if it's a Jake or if it's a non-Jake, it doesn't matter. Right? That's why you people who get bugged out talking about China's next. China's not next.
No.
Japan is not going against America. They're all one, man.
Yeah.
Right? just like what you're reading right now, and that's what we're watching. Man.
Their power and everything is right now.
Exactly.
Their dynasty and everything is all right now.
That's right.
So nobody can get next. They can't get next if they're all gonna come down now.
Yeah. And it's for a reason. It's to it says to erase the name of Israel.
That's right.
And that's the whole point.
Yeah, that's
Right?
their whole game.
Because remember, if the Most High doesn't come, like He came in that time, we're gonna all be transgenders. We're gonna all be pedophiles, because that's the new world order, man.
It's like just to add to that, you said the one world order, right? And also the mark of the beast, because that's gonna be the new currency. And another, right?
And also, I want to say, like, even like how the elder was saying, how the Catholic Church, it means one or universal, like that could be seen as a modern day Tower of Babel, because like basically trying to like make the whole into like one religion, same way like they're trying to build the Tower of Babel and actually have it, so that they could all be one people.
Well, the Catholic Church is just one branch of everything, right? Because you're gonna have the spiritual branch. The military center, which is Washington, D.C. That's how they control the world. Then they have the financial center, which is over there in England, in London, the water in London, right? That's how they control the globe. It's a world domination, right? But they have to control it spiritually as well.
And it's funny. It's three, like a pyramid.
Like a pyramid, exactly. Yeah, but through the spiritual center, which is the Vatican. Why do you think they're pushing everything? Always watch the Vatican when they're changing. But the Vatican for years.
Oh, yeah.
That's nothing new.
That's right.
The Vatican was actually getting the world ready for what was coming
That's right.
on a spiritual level.
Yeah, that's a good point you brought out. This is Revelation 16:13, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Then who's the?
Roman
That's right.
Catholic? Because Roman Catholicism, right? When you do your research, that's where you get Islam. That's where you get Protestants. Israelites, wicked Israelites,
That's right.
that accepted other nations' custom, like
That's
Babylonian
right.
custom. They just interwoven it with
Yeah.
so-called Christmas and all that shit. Try to link it up with the scriptures.
Exactly.
I'll quick precept. This is the book of Amos 3 and 6. And it reads, should a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Should there be evil in the city and the Lord Yahweh had not done it? So we here telling you where it's about to go back to normal, but it's gonna come, right? Verse 7. Sure, the Lord Yahweh would do nothing, but He revealed His secret unto His servants, the prophets. And who are the prophets? Starting with the apostles and elders, right, all the way down. So they've been doing it for like 30, 40 years plus, right, teaching, constantly, but you still don't want to hearken unto this. Yeah, that was the point.
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. Right? So what the brother says on point, because that's everything starts with the spirit. It's not accept this or the sword, in certain situations, but everything is a spiritual thing. Like, the spirit has to be with this, right? It says
That's how they got Jake even in South America. Because when it comes to the Catholic Church in South America, they lead them like
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then remember, the Catholic Church said you can't go to heaven unless you take the vaccine. So you tell them that in South America, they're gonna line up for that, man.
It was working. It says it's working? Yeah. It says which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. So all they're doing is they're basically just gonna antagonize America and actually shoot missiles on them. So that's
right.
gonna be a big world event where something happens. Where all nations are gonna hate America, turn around and actually shoot missiles on
That's
them.
right.
You know, that's gonna be something. So that's something to look out for as well.
Well,
Yeah.
all the pigs nations already hate America
Yes.
Yep.
because what they went through was because of America,
Gone.
right? So when who just like you said, we don't know. So I won't even speculate because man, the Most High works in mysterious ways.
I misremember George. What was that guy? Salam.
George,
12 years later.
years later,
You know?
yeah, Khan.
So,
And these are guys who study
Yeah.
economics,
Yeah.
Everything.
right? And even they're surprised. They're like,
prophecy,
damn,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's prophecy.
Khan.
So you know, so it's on
Most
the
High's
Most
great,
time.
man.
Yeah, it's on the Most High's time. That was
I was gonna say as well, like, the American Edomite, the kingdom is gonna be the most hated Edomite
Yeah.
too, amongst his own tribe.
Shall narrowly look up
well,
at
you know
thee.
what? Really, I'll say Amalek will be hated.
Okay,
Oh,
fine,
man.
yeah,
The
kind.
Americans, I know what you're saying, they're
Right,
proud
yeah,
and
they're
they're more
proud.
stout.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, Amalek's that piece of shit in the corner. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, Khan.
yeah.
I'm not.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because remember it says remember Amalek.
yeah.
They didn't. It didn't really even say Esau, even though remember Esau. They said, yo, remember Amalek. Man.
That's right.
They cut you off, you know,
When you
the
came
way,
out of Egypt,
came behind you, started killing the women and children. You know.
read that again up. Start over.
Khan, Genesis chapter 11 verse the top.
No, 2. Jump down to 2 or 3.
Khan it says verse 3, it says, and they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and slime had they for mortar.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. The Lord Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down and there confound the language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Verse 9 says, therefore is the name of the city called Babel, because the Lord Yahweh did scatter, did confound their language for the earth, and from thence did the Lord Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Right. So are we supposed to come together as one under one banner? No, that's never supposed to happen. Planning to do something with Edomites, just like how you have our the heads of our nations, you know, like the
Ice Cube.
the Ice Cubes, the
Yeah.
Jay-Z's, the whoever's.
Yeah.
They're destroying us,
Right.
but planning with Esau.
Right.
You should never be planning with your damn enemy,
Right.
because at the end of everything, he's gonna turn against you.
Because you had Ice Cube, he was with Trump,
Yeah.
but now they're like, oh, Ice Cube is set to meet Biden
Right.
to speak about black relations.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has a plan and everything. Drew up a nice plan, and
So is the other
I don't know, nigga.
guy, what's his name? Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
Nick Cannon.
There's another one.
Yeah, they're planning on doing
Right.
something with
Yeah.
Amalek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him and that bugged out woman, Tiffany Haddish, and she's
Yeah.
completely bugged out.
She's out of her mind now.
She's completely out of her mind. How are you gonna?
Is that this fucking arrogant bitch, man?
She's a little girl, man. If you can't see that she's a little girl that needs to be in check, you're bugged out,
But
man.
I think she did an interview. I didn't watch it, but the title was like what I went through or trauma. They're all bugged out.
Khan, yeah, they're all bugged out, man.
I had a precept because remember you were talking about the new languages with the hands, and they're talking about the Tower of Babel.
Nah, really, we're supposed to get Psalms 83.
and 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Psalms 83 and 1, a son of Psalms. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still of Yahweh. Verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they have hate thee, and lift up the head.
Somebody get that word, tumult. Keep going.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel.
That's all. That's what? Conspiracy theories now. Now that we're revealing the crafty counsel and we're able to prove it, like when I watch your videos or your posts that you post, everything that you post is all facts. But then people will look at you and be like, oh,
Yeah.
where you get that, man? Oh, you're bugged out. But everything that you're posting is facts after facts after facts after facts. It's just like, what are you talking? How could the man be crazy when everything he's posting is just facts?
Consult against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, which is the pandemic. The pandemic is a crafty counsel because the pandemic is going to bring forth the martial law. The pandemic is going to bring forth the
Mark of the beast.
the mark of the beast, the water.
Hey, can I bring this up? Because you
destroying
mentioned
all
that
the money.
about yo, this is from a quote from this guy. This guy was Obama's mentor. It was Zbigniew Brzezinski.
They're dangerous, man.
He was he was
Dangerous,
he-
man.
He had a quote. He said, what year was this? 1972. He said shortly the public will be unable to reason or think for themselves. They'll only be able to parrot the information they've been given on the previous night's news. That was 1972.
Wow.
So it's been going steady, man. You're talking about top people that have endless resources to try to shift your mind, you know, just
That's right.
your thoughts. It's easy because Esau, like I said, his heart is deep. The heart of them is deep. So he'll research your mind. Oh, how does your brain work? How does this work? You know?
Yes.
Well, so like at Elon Musk, he just what he did to a monkey, put some
Taught him how to play video games.
exactly right. So he's working 24/7 non-stop.
That's right.
Verse 4, they have say, come and let us cut.
That's
them
his
off
his
being a nation.
that's his neural link.
Neuralink, that's
Yeah.
right. They have say, come and let us cut out them of being a nation.
Did anybody get tumult?
That the name.
Yeah,
that
bring it
the
right
name-
out. Hold on, brother.
This is the word tumult in Hebrew, hama, which means to murmur, growl, roar, cry aloud, rage, make noise, be clamorous, be disquieted, be loud,
Yeah.
be troubled.
Yeah, that's the time that we're in. We're living in a time where our enemies are making a tumult, man. Because everyone knows it's been plain. When the guy Biden came into office, he said, who did he said that he's going to have the vaccine? He said, you blacks, you Latinos, and you Native Americans.
Yeah.
How can you get any more plain?
But people don't see it.
You can't get no more plain than that.
That's how we used to start the highways. You blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. You're the Israelites.
That's what he said. He's like, you guys, I'm going to get.
Yeah.
They're the most at risk.
At risk.
Terrorists.
I don't know, man. That's one thing you can say about Esau, man. He's a liar, but he tells you the truth. Man, that man tells you the truth, man.
He hates your guts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms 83 and 4. Yeah, they have say, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
And that's already been accomplished. That part of the prophecies been accomplished. Keep going.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Yeah, talking about every other nation, because they had to be confederate with every other nation because other nations know our history too.
That's right.
Our history wasn't just wiped out from the West. Our history was wiped out from Africa, from South Asia, East Asia, right? All over the world. Our history was wiped out because our records are everywhere.
That's right.
Because we went all throughout the four corners of the earth and we left our images. So every people had to be confederate to say, yo, we're going to make sure that these people are asleep.
That's
You
right.
can't just transport a nation of people into a land like Israel and be like, yo, these are the Israelites. No. People are like, no, you're not.
Remember Gamal Nasser? He's like,
That's right.
You'll never have peace here because you left black and came back white.
You came back white.
And that was what was the 7 day or 5 day?
6 day war.
6 day war.
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of
I
Edom.
got the word confederate too. I'll bring that out
Yeah.
quickly. This is confederate, which is barayath, which means covenant, alliance, pledge between men, treaty, agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So how all these nations hate each other really, and they're all divided. But you know what they said? We have one common cause. We have one common enemy.
Enemy.
You know, and these are top people, man. They said, look, the Book of Judges, and they read the scripture and say, these guys fucked us up.
They
We have to make sure. Well, how do we do that? We have to make sure they never keep the law.
Khan.
Let's make. And then there goes, man.
Yeah.
There
Khan.
goes the decades of
Exactly.
okay, what do we do next? What's next? What's next? How do we keep these people in sin?
Khan.
Asleep.
You know?
Khan.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites and Moab and the Hagarites. Verse 7. Jabal and Ammon and Amalek.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Like
Philistines.
the elder said, right? There's certain people who are highlighted. You Amalek,
Yep.
even though it started with Edom, but you Amalek, you're being highlighted even though you're an Edomite.
Yeah.
Why are you being highlighted? Because you're a damn devil, man.
Right? It says the Philistines.
Mhm. And we won't forget you, but because we're in the time of the end where the dragon is showing his horns, you other nations are like small fry to us, even though we have issues with every single one of you, man. But right now, the controversy is with who? With Edom.
You know.
Good. Just to back up what you're saying, we've been under all the other captivities of different nations, right?
Yep.
So we're not under their vibration right now, so we're not really as mad at them as we are
And not
at Esau.
even that, because you look at other captivities, no one really instilled that
Right.
oppression like Esau.
Right.
No.
Right, that as
No
well.
one ever said, yo, you guys aren't the Israelites,
Yeah.
take that shit out.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
know, matter of fact, we're the Israelites.
Right.
You
Con.
know,
Exactly.
Moab didn't. No one
Yeah,
really
you know, further the affliction the way Esau
Con.
did. You know. Yeah. So yeah, Con.
I got a quick precept. Back you up Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. You know? So that that he's the first, man. And he's actually the least of the nations. You know, like I said, that word ghetto means corner, and that was where all the kingdoms in Europe, they kept those so-called Jews, the Amalekites, they just kept them in the corner.
Damn.
Because they just said, these are the piece of shits, man.
Rats.
You know, and how many countries? 106, I think.
They were kicked
expelled
out of.
various times, and they like to say, how are you gonna claim that to be just
Coincidence?
unwanted hatred?
Oh yeah, Con.
or just just pure racism.
Right. Yeah.
How are you gonna do that throughout different decades? These people find out,
Anti-Semitism.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is what they're doing.
Con.
You know,
Yeah.
106 countries, man.
Con.
Those are the loan sharks. Those are those people that come and break your kneecaps because you didn't pay the interest.
Con.
That's where it started.
Con.
You know, Amalek, man.
Con. That's right, man.
No, go on.
This is like what says where Amalekite in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary says Amalekites, an ancient nomadic marauding people dwelling in the Negev from from the times of Abraham to Hezekiah, circa 2700 BC. They are frequently mentioned in the history of Israel. Exodus 17 verse 8, Numbers 14 verse 45, 1 Samuel verse 15. It says that an ancient nomadic marauding people. And when you look at that word marauding, it's people that's crazy, you know. People like very, you know, like just like they have no, yeah, they have no, you can't control them. No, they're just like marauders. You see?
They're wild. They're the beast man.
Marauders, kind of.
Yeah.
Our quick
How
research
do you
is
spell that word marauder?
Maraud.
Okay. I'm trying to look up that moment.
this is the book of Exodus 17 and 16.
They actually it's like they got a
Yeah, go on.
they have a movie Marauders and it's Esau and it has a red theme. Just type
You
the
can't
word
make
in.
that up.
And it says,
You can't.
it says under it says the rich will pay.
Oh shit.
Holy.
That's the spirit, man.
This is Exodus 17 and 16, and it reads, "For he say, because the Lord Yahweh has sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation."
That's right.
So,
Now stop.
muy blank.
It's that one.
Make sure you get this out of the Apocrypha. So it goes into wisdom. Says Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10 verse 5 says, "Moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy, being confounded, she found out the righteous and preserved him blameless unto the Most High, and kept him strong against the tender compassions of his son." You know, so like basically, you know, through the wicked reach other nations, you know, they conspire to, you know, to actually eliminate us. But you know, as in because Heavenly Father, you know, made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, they can never succeed. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, I got the word marauder. This is beautiful. It says, so this is a noun. It says a rover in quest of booty or plunder. And then it says, that was the noun, right, to describe. So that's basically a person. That's a covetous person, right? And it says Esau is a covetous man. He
That's
keeps
right.
at home,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he just wants more and more. It's
That's
like,
right.
The thief, right?
His eyes are set.
Con.
Yeah.
Right? And the verb marad means to rove in quest of plunder, make an excursion for booty, which is spoiled, right?
Traveling weapon.
Exactly. Tubu cane.
Tubal came. Yeah.
From French, marad meaning rascal.
Yeah,
That
that's,
movie Little Rascal.
yeah, that's Esau, man. That's Esau, brother. Dennis the Menace.
Con, you know? And then it also says here, marad, rascal, from Old French, beggar,
Jeez.
vagabond.
Esau.
And that's Genesis 4 with Cain. If someone can get that.
That
A
matches.
vagabond.
Shall be a vagabond in the earth
Yep,
and a
yep.
fugitive. Ooh.
It's,
It's like,
no, sorry, it says from marir to trouble,
jeez.
to stray, to be lost.
To stray.
That's
Jeez.
not a home.
Damn.
That's just pinpoint, man. That's not a Moabite, that's not
Damn.
an Ishmaelite.
No.
That's you devils, man.
This is Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That was a good
Good word.
description.
Yeah, yeah.
Design of it.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lesson, man.
Khan, that is.
Yeah.
You got that one?
I got Genesis 4 and 12.
Yeah,
It says, "When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." Or should I start at the top? Or should I start at 8?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Well, point's at 12.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Cause
is Genesis 4 and 8. "And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. And my brother, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And
Yeah,
Cain,
that's why really Esau's not a farmer.
Nope.
Esau's it says is a plunderer. He just goes, he takes over, makes you a slave, and he makes you till the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's not in Esau's nature to be a husband. He's a wild man,
That's right.
right?
Man of the field.
Man of the field. That's right.
Look what happened when he came. He made so many animals, quote unquote, extinct.
Yes.
Right? This is Deuteronomy 25:19. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. So you Amalek, you're done, man. You're gonna be blotted out, man, like whiteout. Like you put whiteout over ink.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correction.
Yeah,